Welcome back to the channel. It's King Quasi. Before we get started for today, make sure you're hitting that like button before I give you a check. You don't want me to give you a check. Alright, so let's get started for the day. I want to start with a channel update. First and foremost, I want to thank all of you for being my loyal supporters, coming in video after video, hitting that like button, sending me messages, just send me so much love and support, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you to all my students, thank you to all my family, thank you to the friends, thank you for my colleagues, thank you for everyone that's been supporting me along this journey. Listen, this is work, but you all make it very enjoyable knowing that you're going to come and support me. So thank you very much. And thank you to those of you who haven't subscribed yet, but after seeing this video, you become a loyal supporter of me. So I have a few updates for the channel. I'm planning on bringing some merch to the channel. All right, soon you'll be seeing some King Quasi and stock merch. Be on the lookout for that. That should be within the next 2 weeks. I'm excited. Additionally, this coming Thursday, I'm going to have a special guest. I'm going to be doing a live stream with a special guest. We're going to be talking about building wealth and how the gains that you make in the market can affect your taxes, both good and the bad. You don't want to miss it to that. So without further ado, let's get into today's agenda. Today, we are going to be reviewing what we've already went over in terms of the Robinhood app that we did in our last video. We're also going to be looking at all of the information that Robinhood provides us for our stocks. So when we buy a stock, all the information they give us to help us make an informed decision. And then finally, I want to introduce you to a terminology that is used quite frequently in the market that's going to help you understand what you look at when you're trying to evaluate a company. So here we have the Robinhood app. This is the desktop version of the app. So it looks a little bit different compared to the mobile app, but everything is pretty much the same. And so I'll navigate this app so that you can better understand, see it, and also learn how to evaluate a company. So when we come to the app, we see the current value of our account. This is a mix of our stocks and the money we have on the side. This is the money we have on the side waiting to buy your stocks. This is available in our account. We have a stock chart. This is how you have performed throughout the day, week, month, 3 months. All right. And so on and so forth. Now, on the right here, we have the list of stocks. These are all of the stocks that I currently own in this account. Tesla, Microsoft, Facebook, Citigroup, Chevron, Wells Fargo, PayPal, Neo, and Google. These are all of my holdings. This is my share count. This would be my share count. And if I don't have a full share, it's fractional shares. Then this is my cryptocurrency holding. Right now I have Dogecoin. This is how many Dogecoins I have. This is the price currently. And then I have my list. Last week we talked about how to add some of the companies that we're looking at on our list. And so this is helpful because if you're looking at a company and you want to track how the company is moving over a period of time, it's good to have it on your list so that you know. And usually they'll give you some suggestions on some news articles based on your watch list, but also based on the holdings that you have, the stocks that you have. All right, today let's look at Apple. Apple is going to be our example that we use in order to understand how much information Robinhood gives you about the companies. And this is all in an efforts to help you make an informed decision. So right now, Apple is worth $166.48 at the time of this recording. Over the week, it has dropped 0.53%. Over the month, it has dropped 2.61%. And then over 3 months, it has increased 5%. Right under the stock chart, you'll see about, and this is where it tells you about the company. Apple engages in the design, manufacturing, and sales of smartphones, personal computers, tablets, wearables, and accessories, and a variety of related services. Right, so this just gives you some information about the company that you're investing in. If you go down, it shows you our current CEO, Timothy Donald Cook. This is how many employees Apple employs, the headquarters, and the date or the year that it was founded. Key statistics. This helps us to understand the price movement, but also a little bit more in terms of the fundamentals of the company. So the market cap is $2.73 trillion. The high today is $70.54 at the time of this recording. 52-week high is 182.94. We'll come back to, this gets a little bit more technical, but the price to earning, so the price of the stock to their earning, the ratio is 27.78. The low for today, the 52-week low. Apple does give you a dividend, so a 0.52 dividend. So a dividend is when you buy the stock, they invest in their shareholders. So you'll get a dividend. I believe they give dividends monthly. Yes. If I'm wrong, give me a comment below so I can make that correction. And so the open price right now is 169.84. This is when the stock opened. It opened at 169.84. Now the volume. You want to look at the volume because this is the average volume traded on a regular basis, 77.52 million shares. And today, the volume was 82.77 million shares. Now, this tells me that today we had a lot of volume. And the volume could be shares traded, bought, or sold. Scrolling down, it gives us some news about the company, right? Let's click on one of them. Apple reportedly gears for multiple Mac launch events. Silicon transition will shift into high gear in 2022. So this is something really good for the company. Part 3 of Mac overall kickstarts. Apple is entering part 3 of its end-to-end computer overhaul. This would mean a complete transition away from Intel cooperation. Okay. New Mac likely to come in March. This is good. That's bullish for the company. Bullish means like very good for the company. Bearish means not so good. All right, and so that's about it for this article. Just a little overview. Let's go back. Apple finds itself under scrutiny in Washington's big tech clampdown. This might not be so good. This might be bearish. Bearish is not so good for the company. Oh, I have to subscribe. U.S. lawmakers in both parties are expressing concerns with how Apple Inc. runs its App Store, leaving the company playing defense against legislation that would loosen its grip on the profitable business. So, without even reading the whole article, I can already tell that this is a cause for pause. So this might be a bearish outlook on the company, something bad that's happening in the company. So we might just want to keep that in mind. Doesn't mean that the company is doomed for failure. It just means that there's some things that might not be as bullish in the short term. All right, so you can look at some of the articles there. Analyst ratings. So Wall Street analysts, they are usually rate stocks based on the buy, hold, and sell. Buy is their recommendation that the current price is a good time to buy the stock. Hold means hold on to the stock, so at this current time. And sell means get rid of this stock. All right. Bulls. Again, there's that language that I was just talking about, the bull, and so we could read more. Bears, this is the bad news for the company. There we have the bull and the bear arguments. Earnings. Now you want to be paying attention to the company's earnings because based on how the company does over time in terms of the revenue coming into the company is going to be very important. That's why we invest. We invest into companies that we hope is going to bring more revenue and earn more on a quarterly basis, on a yearly basis, and even on a long-term basis. If we look at this chart, we'll notice that this, I'm going to assume it's green. I am colorblind, so if I get the color wrong, correct me in the comments below. Now, so here we have the green above the red, I'm assuming. This is really good. It means we beat. Here we go have again. It's above the red, and notice it's much further above the red, which is good. Here we have above the red. Here we kind of met the outlook, so still good. better than a miss. And here we have it above again. So notice this company has really been beating the expectations on a quarterly basis. So this is really good for the company. And then here it just gives you additional stocks that people who invest in Apple also have in their portfolio. These are some really, really big companies. They might be in the same sector. This is what we have. So the vocabulary for today is called fundamental analysis. A lot of what we just did was a fundamental look at the company. Let's review. So we looked at what the company is about, who runs the company, the amount of employees it has, where it's located, and when it was founded. We look at its market cap. We looked at the earnings, the price to earnings. We looked at some of the news that surrounds the company. We looked at the analyst ratings. We looked at the bull case and we looked at the bear case scenarios. We looked at their earnings. These are all a part of the fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis is a method of measuring a security's intrinsic value by examining related economic and financial factors. So the intrinsic value of the company, that is what products do they have, that is how they're doing on a quarterly basis, but also on a long-term basis, their balance sheet. So the price to earnings ratio, how much their revenue is, what is their debt ratio, things like that. Those things go into the fundamental analysis. It's really good to evaluate the fundamental analysis because that helps you to determine the intrinsic value of the company. Let's recap. So today we revisited what we learned in the previous video, looking at our portfolio, looking at how stock perform on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. We also looked at all of the holdings that we have and some of the stocks that are on our watch list. Then we went into looking at Apple as a company, and we looked at all of the information that Robinhood provides us to help us make an informed decision. We looked at what the company was about. We looked at the key statistics that are available. We looked at some of the news that are available out right now. We looked at the analyst ratings. We looked at the earnings and the definition of fundamental analysis, which is really important as we make informed decisions to evaluate a company. Now, before we go, I want to remind you that if you're looking for a broker to use, you can sign up for Robinhood. I'll leave a link to my referral code in which you'll get a free stock. I'll also get a free stock. If you're looking for a broker, go ahead and click the link below. Remember, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow the page so the next time I put out a video, you'll be notified.